Vidi, two quite contrasting halves. I thought in the first half you were very good, controlled the game, and all of a sudden all that shape disappeared. What happened?
Yeah, no, it's never easy to continue the way we played with that intensity the first half, and I thought we were very, very, very good in the first half. And unfortunately, when you have that dominance and you're not able to score a goal, then you're always a little bit more under pressure, because obviously they want to come in and at half-time and adjust things. Played a little bit more direct and started getting a little bit of joy, and I think probably was the second shot at goal that they scored. So disappointing from our end as well, because conceding from a set piece, and it's been hurting us over the last few weeks.
And as you know, things can change games. I thought there was an incident in the first half where Moore lunged at your goalkeeper, which I don't think went to VAR. How did you see that?
Oh, it was a pretty rash tackle, but the referee dealt with it on the park, and I didn't know if they went to the VAR, but if they did and deemed that it wasn't dangerous, but it looked dangerous. Once you start sliding and off the ground with the studs up, it's always dangerous.
Vidi, a lot of injuries have plagued you over quite a long period of this season, but that's now 3 losses on the spin, I think, isn't it?
Yep.
Are you in a bit of a sort of slough here?
No. If you look at the results, you can say, yeah, we've lost three in a row. But last week we had a good performance against Macarthur, and we didn't deserve to lose that. The draw was probably a fair result, and tonight could have gone either way. As I said, we're doing more than enough to, like tonight, to get ourselves ahead and give us the best opportunity to win the game. But we're just not doing enough in the front third.
Small margins, as you say, really determine things tonight and the night before. But just the first half, your team was good. But how hard was it to play with that wind? It did appear as if
it was pretty windy.
A big impact on everyone.
Yeah, it was pretty windy, and a lot of balls that went astray. And I think it died down a little bit more in the second half. But it's always difficult to play against the wind. But I thought we handled those conditions probably a little bit better than Adelaide, to be honest. We're training every day in the wind, so quite normal for us.
That press that you had in the first half, I thought was quite excellent. Can you just talk through your thought process behind that? Because it looked like you had almost all of Adelaide's options covered up in some aspects there, and it seemed like your team executed it pretty well in the opening stages of the game.
Yeah, well, that's the way we try to play all the time. You know, we're a team that try and stay away from our defending goal as much as we can and try to press the opposition, and Adelaide are a team that want to play out, so a few strategies to make it difficult for Adelaide, and I thought we did that. A couple of times they got out, but overall in that first half, and even some periods in the second half, just put them under pressure, and then all of a sudden there's probably a little less pressure and they think there's more pressure and turn over the ball. As I said, we had really good moments in that first half, and when you have that type of dominance and you don't score, you always put yourself on the back foot.
Well, speaking of that, you've mentioned a couple of times now that it's been that final third that was the issue in this game. Even though throughout the season, with the injuries that you've had, you've still more often than not managed to find your way onto the score sheet. What do you think the issue was in terms of in that final third today that meant that you couldn't put the ball in the back of the net?
I think the last couple of weeks, to be honest, we've had enough of the ball in that front third, and just the final pass is not getting there. Poor decisions, sometimes not rewarding runs. Even tonight, I thought first half we had the ball on the right and we had Harry on the back post all on his own, and the cross went to the near post rather than the back post. So just all those finer details that are hurting us at the moment. I think, I don't know what it was, a dozen shots at goal or at goal and only one on target. It's just not enough.
It didn't click, as you mentioned, the final third, but you got players in all sorts of different times of the season for them. Some have played for many weeks, others are just coming back now. After that first half performance, I guess with these players building up their fitness, the match sharpness, is there, I guess, a confidence that it will click when all these pieces start coming together?
You would hope so, but we've still got a lot of work to do. We had Max Caputo who came back tonight. he was injured, broke his ankle in pre-season, so that was his first minutes tonight. He had a couple of games in the NPL, just friendly games, just to get himself a little bit of match rhythm. I thought he did extremely well, and you see what type of player he is. He can hold the ball up for us. He's a strong boy. He's clever around the goal, so he'll get better as the weeks go on. And Matthew Leckie as well tonight. He played last week 30 minutes, and we had to just again be mindful of his of his history and making sure that we don't cook him too hard. So he played an hour tonight, and hopefully he pulls up fine, and we can build on those minutes for him as well. Chilio was another one who played 30 minutes tonight. So again, been out for quite a while. And they're the guys who obviously got a bit more experience, make a difference, especially in the front third. We're just waiting for Andreas Kuhn to come back, and he'll probably be a couple of weeks, I'd say, and Jonathan Cohen as well, probably a little bit longer than that. But obviously those guys are the creative guys in the front third, and that's what we're missing. Look, our kids in that front third, over the last 6, 7, apart from those last 3 games, they've had a period of 6 or 7 weeks. They did a really good job for us, but it's absolutely normal. They are not renowned goal scorers. So if you look at the difference with the guys that we had there compared to Adelaide's front 4, for example, they're guys who have been there, done that, have scored goals, know how to score goals. So that's unfortunately going to take a little bit of time with those guys.
One of those young boys that did seem to have that confidence now was that Lawrence Wong. He looked superb out there, especially in the first half. Just a word about him as a player.
He's only a 17-year-old, and obviously you can see the type of player that he is. He's silky, technical player, can get in between lines. You didn't see it tonight, but he's got a decent shot on him. He can play that final pass. But he's only played a couple of games, and he's still not physically ready for A-League standards. So it's going to take him probably 2 or 3 pre-seasons to get his body into a real, very, very good level. He definitely has the quality, but just needs a little bit more time.
Just one more video. Personally, what's it like for you to come back? I mean, you got legend status, you got your name up on the Southern Stand, and obviously...
It's not good when you come back and you lose.
And also your relationship with Jamo, because I noticed in the first half early he was barking instructions, and then you sort of come out to the front, and then again it sort of happened. What's that sort of relationship like?
Oh, no, fantastic. Absolutely. Jamo's really growing in his role. Obviously, after our assistant coach moved to Japan 4 or 5 weeks ago, Jamo's taking up a more senior assistant's position and doing a great job. He really loves it, and obviously he's got the beauty of having the computer in front of him to see a lot of the tactical stuff that and sometimes it's difficult to miss. So he's passing on that information to the players, and as I said, he's doing a great job, absolutely relishing his new responsibilities, and I think in the long term he's going to be very